Hello students, welcome. In the last class, we have studied about nutrition in detail. If you have not seen that video, click on the link above. In this class, we will talk about respiration. Before I start, let me ask you a question. Is breathing and respiration the same? Some students will have a doubt. Breathing is a process of inhaling and exhaling of gases, whereas respiration is a process of breakdown of glucose into energy. Breathing takes place in lungs. Respiration takes place in cells. Dear students, the food that we take in as a part of nutrition is processed differently by different organisms. Some of them use oxygen for this purpose, some of them do not use oxygen at all. In either way, the first step will be the process of glucose, which is a 6-carbon molecule, into a 3-carbon molecule called as pyruvate. Let us take an example of yeast. In yeast, pyruvate is broken down into ethanol and carbon dioxide. This process happens during fermentation. Oxygen is not at all involved in this. Since oxygen is not involved in this type of respiration, it is called as anaerobic respiration. When we talk about mitochondria, pyruvate is converted into 3 molecules of carbon dioxide and oxygen is involved in this. Hence, this becomes aerobic respiration. The energy released during cellular respiration is converted into ATP. Let us take a look at glucose, which is a 6-carbon molecule, and how it breaks up into pyruvate, which is a 3-carbon molecule. Now this can happen in 3 different ways. First one is in the absence of oxygen in yeast. The products are ethanol, carbon dioxide and energy. We should remember that that is in anaerobic respiration. Second one, in the lack of oxygen, it happens in our muscle cells. The product is lactic acid and energy. And third one is in the presence of oxygen in mitochondria. The products are carbon dioxide and water and energy. Let's take a look at respiration in plants. Plants exchange gases through stomata. Due to the large intercellular spaces, all the cells are in contact with the air. On your left, you can see guard cells which are swollen and the stomata opening. On the right side, you have guard cells which are shrunken and the stomata is closed. Carbon dioxide and oxygen are exchanged by diffusion. The direction of diffusion depends upon the environmental conditions and the requirements of the plant. During the day, the carbon dioxide generated at the time of respiration is used for photosynthesis. Hence, there is no carbon dioxide release and oxygen is released during the day. This is the equation of photosynthesis. 6CO2 plus 6H2O in the presence of sunlight gives rise to C6H12O6 plus 6O2, which is glucose and oxygen. At night, photosynthesis does not take place, so carbon dioxide is eliminated. Respiration in human beings. Air enters human body through nasal passage. The nasal passage is lined with fine hair and it also lined with mucus, which helps in filtering the air from dust and pollutants. The air passes through the throat and into the lungs. The lungs further divide into smaller tubes and finally terminate into alveoli. The alveoli provide a surface where the exchange of gases can take place. When we breathe in, we lift our ribs and flatten our diaphragm, and the chest cavity becomes larger. Because of this, air is sucked into the lungs and fill the expanded alveoli. The blood brings carbon dioxide from the rest of the body and releases into the alveoli. The oxygen is exchanged by blood in the alveolar blood vessels to be transported to all the cells in the body. You can see in the picture the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. In human beings, the respiratory pigment is hemoglobin, which has a very high affinity for oxygen. This pigment is present in the red blood corpuscles RBC. Thank you.